Well, Thunderbolts is this week. Time to review the final movie, or show in this case, that I feel is relevant to that movie. So, let's go ahead and get into it. Hawkeye was released in 2021 on Disney Plus as a miniseries starring Jeremy Renner and Haley Steinfeld. And I'm going to be honest, I was not a fan of this show upon its initial release, but recently after a rewatch, it's just kind of grown on me. For some reason, I can't pinpoint why. I've just kind of come around to it. So let's go ahead and get into this review, starting off with the good. And there's just a lot that I love here. First of all, Jeremy Renner is really great as Clint Barton, Hawkeye. I've loved him ever since the first Avengers. I've always thought that he was a fun character, and Jeremy Renner was just really good in the role. And this is probably his best performance as Hawkeye, along with Endgame. I can't really decide between the two, but I really love him in both of these. I love his whole character arc of coming to terms with the violent actions that he committed between Infinity War and Endgame as Ronin. Really love that whole character arc for him. Haley Steinfeld is introduced in this show as Kate Bishop, and I thought that she gave a really great performance as well. I really like Haley Steinfeld as an actress. I think she's very likable and very charming in just about everything she's in. This show is really no exception. She's got some really great chemistry with Jeremy Renner, really great banter back and forth with each other as this mentor and mentee dynamic. They have a really fun dynamic in this show. Tony Dalton is in this show as Jack Duquesne, who in the comics is the swordsman. And this is a really different role from his role in Better Call Saul, where he's more of a sociopath type character. In this show, he's able to just lay back, let loose, and just have some fun with the role. And I really enjoyed his performance here. I hope he shows up later in the MCU. I know he appeared in Daredevil Born Again. But I hope he's got a bigger role in a later MCU project. It would be really fun to have him in something else. Alaqua Cox as Echo. She's also introduced in this show, and I really liked her as well. She's a very sympathetic villain with a complex backstory, and she's one of those very few sympathetic villains that I feel actually earns their sympathy. In fact, she's not even a full-on villain. She's just more an antagonist who feels like she was wronged by Hawkeye in the past because of his actions, and she just wants revenge on Hawkeye. And I just really enjoyed her character arc, figuring out the truth of what actually happened. She's a fun character, really liked her show as well, which I will review eventually. I'll review it eventually. Florence Pugh comes back in this show as Yelena, and she's really good as well. She's not given as much to do in this show as she is in Black Widow, but she's still a really fun presence. She's got some really good back and forth with Haley Steinfeld. I thought they played off each other seamlessly. Really love their banter. I really would love to see them interact in something else down the line. But yeah, really love Florence Pugh here. And finally, the final character I want to talk about is Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin, Wilson Fisk. Now, a lot of people might have forgotten by now, but 4 years ago when this show was coming out, when No Way Home was about to come out, there was a lot of speculation in the Daredevil fan community especially. Maybe Matt Murdock will show up in No Way Home. Maybe Kingpin will show up in Hawkeye. And maybe Matt Murdock will show up in She-Hulk as well. And 2018, Daredevil was canceled by Netflix. And a lot of people, myself included, were very unhappy and disappointed in that news. So seeing Kingpin show up after 3 years of Daredevil getting canceled and Vincent D'Onofrio being brought back as Kingpin was absolutely fantastic. It made my Daredevil fan heart so happy that we got Matt Murdock and Kingpin back in the same year, within the same month even. I just love how Vincent D'Onofrio was able to seamlessly, flawlessly slip back into this role, just like he had been playing it for the last 3 years, as if the show was never canceled. I love Vincent D'Onofrio here. He brings so much gravity to the role of Wilson Fisk, and he's only in one episode. And he's also since appeared in Echo and in Daredevil Born Again. I really hope Sony gets over this stupid film right thing so we can actually get him in a movie eventually. But yeah, so happy to see D'Onofrio back as Kingpin here. Outside of the characters, you get some really good plot here. I love the smaller scale of the plot where a lot of MCU stuff is just a big world-saving event. Even Ant-Man Quantumania was a big world-saving event. And this movie dialed it back to the street level of the Marvel heroes. Hawkeye is not a big world-saving hero unless he's on an Avengers mission. And I really enjoyed the fact that he's just fighting street gangs and coming to grips with the violent actions of his past. It's coming back to bite him. I just really love that. The whole plot of it is just amazing, and the smaller scale makes it so much more personal. The action is really good here. I really love the action here. You get some really fun action, especially in the final episode. A lot of great action. And finally, I really love the setting of this series around the Christmas season. Really love that. I just love things that are set around Christmas. I love Christmas. It's one of my favorite holidays. So yeah, love the setting here. Also, the dog in this show. Cannot go without mentioning the dog. Such a good boy. I love the dog here. That's about all for the good. On to the bad. And there's a couple things I just wasn't a fan of. First of all, Vera Farmiga's character. She can go. Honestly, I didn't hate her, but honestly, if they had just made Echo and Kingpin the villains throughout the show, cut out Vera Farmiga's character, I would have been just fine. But also, I was not a fan of Rogers the Musical. I wasn't a fan of it back in the day. I am not a fan of it now. So yeah, I gotta put it in the bad. But that's it for the bad. On the final thoughts, I genuinely don't know what flipped in me, but I genuinely really like Hawkeye now. I did not like it when it first came out, but it's just grown on me. Hawkeye is a fun, small-scale TV series within the MCU. I have a lot of fun with it now. I really enjoy the performances and the characters, and I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. So that was my thoughts on Hawkeye. Let me know down in the comments what you thought about this show if you've seen it. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.